Patient, me, diagnosed with a deadly illness that kills nearly all of the people that get the diagnosis. And I'll give you a little bit of a heads up. I passed through this process twice, right? The second time, the chances of surviving are nearly zero. So what I'm going to share with you is what happens when you hear about such a diagnosis, what happens when you get treated for such an illness, what happens in complications from the treatment, and so on. But what I want to do, more than anything, is to make this a conversational presentation. I don't want to spend a lot of time giving you a lot of medical details. What I would like to do is make this a give and take, so that at any time, if anybody has a question, please raise your hand. I will do my very best to answer it. I may show a slide that answers it, and so on. So I do have a few slides to show you, but I do want to make this a very informal conversation, as if you were in my living room. So I'm going to sit here, right in front of you, and you're all sitting, and we're just going to have a talk about what it's like to go through something like this. Okay, so the way it works is this. So about 5 years ago, in August of 2007, my son, my wife, and I were driving on the Mass Turnpike from Boston out to Western Massachusetts. We stopped to have a bite to eat, and when we came back with our food after getting it from the cafeteria, we sat down on a picnic bench, and lo and behold, my wife and my son said to me at the same time, "You're yellow. You're turning yellow. You have a yellow neck and head, and the whites of your eyes are all yellow. What, this is unbelievable." So right away, I knew that I had jaundice. Okay, I didn't know all the medical details related to jaundice, but I knew that I had to call my doctor right away. So I got on the phone to my doctor. He said, "Look, most likely what you have, we were talking on the phone, we haven't examined you, most likely what you have, you may have a form of hepatitis." Okay. And I said, "Well, what about cancer? Is that a possibility?" He said, "Yeah, cancer's a possibility." I don't think he wanted to scare me, but he said, "It's a possibility." He said, are you in any pain?" I said, "No, I'm not in any pain at all. I'm just turning yellow." Okay. Little did I know that painless jaundice was a very clear sign of pancreatic cancer. Okay. And so that's where things were. He said, when you get to your destination tonight, go to the small town that you're in, get a CAT scan, and let's see what the results are. He said, it could be cancer, but, we need to rule it out. He didn't want to scare me. And Eddie, you have to picture this. It's late in August. Everything closes up in the Northeast, including the hospitals. People disappear on Friday afternoon. And, had I gone back to Boston, I would have faced massive traffic jams. Wouldn't have got there on time anyhow. And chances are a few hours here and there wouldn't have made a difference. Anyhow, so here we are. And where we are is looking at some statistics, right? Looking at some statistics. So let's go back and take a look. So the idea is, if you look at this, right? Isn't there a light that goes on?
The light's on the top.
Oh, the light's on the top. Okay. Let's close this other thing. Okay, so the idea is, how do I get back?
The lift button. The lift button.
Lift. I don't know what that is.
Lift button.
Yeah, but he's got that
Left.
open.
Yeah.
No, it's not going.
Well, take that button.